Okay, guys, here we go. Welcome today to Webinar Wednesday. Today is October 10th, 2018. We're just going to go over some of the basic stats today about the general market, and then we'll move to LGS LPC stats. And then after that, we'll move into some of the general news in the market, and at the same time, some events that we're I'll be doing today. And then I'll move into a panel, talk about a panel that I will be attending today. I'll be serving on a panel at the University of Texas, Dallas, dealing with opportunities in supply chain. So give me a moment here. I'm going to mute this, and then we'll get into the discussion. All right, so let's talk first about the general currency market. Today we have a market cap of 217 million. For the past 2 weeks or so, looking at the overall market, we've been moving in more of a sideways direction. If you look at the market today, it's down somewhat. Most of the top coins are down. Our projects down. But you look at say global stats. This comes up. I'll just show you here. Just looking at since the statistics were being tracked. See flat, and then bull run 2017, and then actually the downturn or this big bear market that been for almost 10 months or so. So it's the case you're seeing now the past month or so. Zoom in. The market has been pretty much flat. Say if we go back to say September the 25th, and that's when we had our the most severe pullback in the past 2 weeks. We went down to a market cap of 206. But yet we've been pretty much flat. The entire market has been pretty much flat since then. And a variety of things can be attributed to that, such as the in September it was the rejection of the 9 ETF proposals, and it was postponement of the ETF decision, one of the main ETF decisions by Van X that everyone was really looking towards that push back to December 29th. They were expecting an ETF decision, but then the SEC actually made another review of the 9 rejections, which we'll talk about that a little bit later. For the most part, there's been no real moves up and down. But yet there are some things that the news recently discussed that give some hopes. But overall, the market pretty much flat and has been flat since then. So let's begin to just go into some of the projects. Talking about LPC, with Bitcoin, we're at 90 cents, down about 5%, and some change, about 5.37%. But it's the case we're at 2.8 million, 2.9 million market cap with 333% ROI. Since we've had this pullback over these past say month or so, we had a dramatic increase in the number of national notes. There are some various investor charts tracking national notes in space, and it's the case that Bitcoin is within the top 10 of those projects. So it's the case that being valued in a positive sense by investors, and perhaps I'll share that on a future video. But for the most part, and then this pullback, we've had a dramatic increase in the number of national notes. We're over 2,200 at this point. So let's quickly do a review of Lotus coin as well. With $8.80, the nominal price per coin, we're down about 1%. With a market cap of around 4.1 million, with a 666% ROI. But a small number of national notes. We look to see as we begin to make progress on the roadmap, as we begin to do more conferences here in the month of October, also in November. And then in December as well, building the brand of Lotus, building the brand LPC. I expect that number of nationals to increase as well. In addition to all the positive we're doing in terms of listing on exchanges. So that's what we are in terms of overall market. Market's been relatively flat for the past 2 weeks. No real drastic movements up, no real drastic movements down. But at the specific coin level, we've seen a dip in terms of light pay coin, because originally was at 5 really a 3 to 4 week period. We've seen that gradual decrease in terms of our nominal price and also our market cap as well. It looks like interest that has either gone to other coins or other projects. When you begin to look at the movement in Bitcoin, right before the ETF, we saw a huge pullback in terms of our price, but yet it looks as if folks will position themselves within the larger project of Bitcoin. So and that's what we have in terms of the overall cryptocurrency market. And the projects in particular. It's the case now we can begin to talk about some of the things, some of the upcoming movements that are happening in the market today. Particularly when you look at work around the SEC or the regulatory clarity around different proposals that are coming forth by the SEC. With that said, we'll take a quick move and into some of the recent area. So with the USDC, there's an article just came out on the 5th, where the SEC sets November 5th as the deadline for reviewing 9 Bitcoin ETF applications. And look at the context of this again. The way that the SEC is organized making decisions around ETF proposals. You have commissioners. I think it's five commissioners. But then you also have individuals who work for the 5 commissioners, and they actually can make decisions on behalf of the commission. The commission doesn't have to meet itself, but yet they delegate that authority down to individuals within the SEC who can make the decisions on behalf of the commissioners. But it was the case 9 in September, 9 ETF proposals, and they're mentioned, some of them are mentioned here. Pro shares, and there's also one from put forth by the New York Stock Exchange, New York Stock Exchange ARCA, the Granite shares as well. That's the listing for the CBOE. But it's the case that group of individuals wasn't the commission themselves. They made a decision to reject those 9 ETF proposals. Subsequently, the commission saw the decision and said, okay, we're going to review this. We can't just outright reject these proposals. Let's open it back up. Let's open up the comment section on some of the criticisms for passing ETFs or approving ETFs. So now they opened it up, the floor up for comments. I think the comments closed around the 26th of October, and then the decision for the ETF is coming November 5th. That's the deadline they've set. Even though there's another ETF, the next proposal being reviewed, and that decision is made in December. So you have November 5th. Those are key dates that you take into consideration, and also December 29th. So those are two key dates I would recommend to take into consideration. Some people see this as a positive sign. When the committee appointed by the commission make that decision, when they disapproved it, and then when the commission stepped in themselves, okay, we're going to review this and open it up. That is more like instant replay football. So if you have a controversial play, say quarterback throws the, if you go back to I think Green Bay Dallas playoff maybe a couple years ago. Where Dez Bryant, where quarterback threw the ball, Dez caught the ball, but yet he still had it in possession, and it hit the ground, and the referee said it was not a catch, so they ruled it incomplete. But yet the they should have reviewed replay. Actually, the NFL came back a year later and said, yes, it was a catch. It was not necessarily an incomplete pass. It was a catch. And Dez did catch the ball, but that cost the Dallas Cowboys from advancing in the playoffs. But with the instant replay, you're able to review the decision on the field. The referees get together and they'll say, okay, was it a fair catch? They look at the plays over in slow motion, and they have some more insight. So this is how the parallel that I'm making to the ETF decision. It's the case that the commission saw that the decision was made. They don't necessarily think it was done. It was done. They perceive it as somewhat done haste. So now they opened up the opportunity for comments, which I think is a good thing for the market overall. And even some analysts, major analysts see this as a nice bullish indicator. There's a recent article that came out. Let's do this on the 9th, yesterday. CNBC analysts Bitcoin prices about to explode, citing ETF buzz. So that's just one analyst amongst many. I listen to a lot of just technical traders, same different analysts themselves, and listen to their feedback. Some people are saying, okay, now flat. We could move into the bull run, considering that we're in typical time frame of the bull run season. If you go back global charts. Let's pull this back almost a year, so you all can get some insight into what typically happens here. We really didn't see that run up until you saw some build up in terms of volume here in the first part of November, and then we saw a dramatic increase in volume during the month of November, definitely in the month of December. So that's the expectation. People saying what will kick off the next bull run. But then we have the decision coming by the SEC pretty soon on the 9 ETFs, and then also in December on the Van X proposal. But I think that's positive news. Some bearish sentiment that we also see as well is with the Yale CIO, David Sweeney. So now think about institutions. The way they fund themselves. You have some private institutions, you have public institutions. The public institutions get their money from most of their money from the state, in addition to having an endowment. But most of these privates talk about the institutions. They fund themselves primarily off of contributions coming from the alumni endowments, and they make investments in a wide variety of different spaces. They invest in commodities, they invest in securities. But now it's the case that an investment manager for Yale University has decided to make some investments within the crypto space through two Silicon Valley funds. So I think this is important to see in the sense that now educational institutions are beginning to look at this new asset class. Once again, we haven't had an asset class, a new asset class created in say the past 150 years or so. So it's the case now where educational institutions are viewing this as a viable asset class in which they can make investments. But they're doing it in a somewhat safe way by investing through funds that are run by Andreessen Horowitz. You know, back Andreessen Horowitz was one of the guys who developed the original browser. In the early 1990s or so. So it's the case through Andreessen Horowitz paradigm and individuals associated with Sequoia Capital. Yale University, their investment manager is making investments into cryptocurrency. And also at the coin specific level, we've had some, and this is what I do on a periodic basis. I review in terms of who's looking at our project, either from how are coming to our LinkedIn page, coming to evaluate members of the team through LinkedIn, and you can see who's visiting, who's not visiting. So we do see some very small cap investment firms. We do see some small hedge funds, and even some quant traders at the same time coming viewing our profile, viewing our our team and our project. So that's just to let you know. I think it would be naive to think that there is institutional investment outside of the corporate investments that we have into the payment network. So I think it's good to see that we do have some interest from institutional investors or say some small cap hedge funds. So it's one of the things now that's something that you should begin to look at as we move from a more bearish sentiment to where the market is now still showing signs of fairness, but a bearish trend. But now the data suggests that we're moving into flat. Looking at the investment more flat in terms of overall market. But yet it's the case. There's going to be some type of catalyst, the approval of the ETFs, or it's the case there's some big announcements in the space. And in addition to what we're doing, the development that we're making on our roadmap, and where we are in terms of the building out of the point of sale devices. It's the case that we have gone through the initial process of collecting specifications. The organizations who are participating in the pilot, we've put out the requests for specifications that they would like to have in the point of sale device. So it's the case we've gotten some specifications in terms of what they would like to have, either a purely software-based application where they're using desktop or using some mobile device like an iPad or Windows device to make point of sale purchases. So we're taking that into consideration. So we collected some of those specifications. We've already started object-oriented analysis and design in terms of how we should build it out, and the tools that we use, and being able to move forward. And we're in the process now of creating some of the wireframes. So once we build out the wireframe, we'll be able to show you guys what the process looks like, and some of the functionality of the tool, and not necessarily give this away to potential competitors who could be watching our videos and understand what we're doing in space and building out our devices. But it's the case that we want to give you enough insight to let you know that there's progress being made in terms of our roadmap and development. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take a pause to see if there are chat in channel here. I'm going to switch here. Damon, turn the echo off, please. Well, let's see. Seems like bear turn echo. I don't know. Once again, guys, I'm still trying to work through. Perhaps it'll be at the point where I'll figure this out at some point in getting the echo. So I don't see any major questions here. Yeah, I'm jacking this up. At some point, guys, you have to work with me. I'll figure this out to get us in a position where we are on. We're figure out the audio. This is something I'm still working through. And perhaps I'll turn my speakers off. Let's do this. I'm gonna lower my volume here. Actually, OBS itself. Okay, so let's do this. How's that? You're in the Swiss Alps. And we're doing this in real time, guys. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to continue, and I'm going to re-record this and do a post, because it looks like I'm just getting a lot of saying that this is echoing, and this is not necessarily good. But I do apologize for getting myself used to this. Now we got the video working, but now it's the case audio. So I may get some thumbs down for this, but it's at the point where I'll take it. So where we are, we're still progressing with Exrates. So it's the case we're where we are, upcoming ETF decisions, some information around that. Okay, I can finally hear. Okay, so that's my bad, folks. I went and did an adjustment here on the Logitech Cam, which actually took everything away. So now it's at the point. I do apologize. And here we are, the Exrates listing update. So where we are now is I'm going through, and the team, we are in a position where we've been in contact with the Exrates team. We've already paid for our listing. We've had some interactions so far in getting out the in listing LPC onto Exrates. So now we've been moved from the biz dev team to the actual dev team that's actually is doing the test on our wallets. So we've been coordinating times to meet on Telegram so that we can begin to do the programming work to get that listed. So from them, they gave us an initial time frame of 30 days to get listed, but then after going back and forth, they said they could be able to do some work and getting us listed in 10 days. But then, like I said, we're still coordinating with the dev team at Exrates in getting LPC listed. So that's where we are in terms of Exrates. We're also doing some evaluations, and that's for LPC listing on Exrates. We're also we're in negotiations now with another exchange for listing of Logis as well. It won't necessarily be the same exchange, but yet it's going to be a top exchange for Logis in terms of getting that work done. But yet that's the update that we have on Exrates and getting that work completed. It's more development work than anything else before we list and officially are listed. So I'll do a coordination, see if we get the official announcement out, so that you guys to let you know that yes, there's proof, and we're not just pulling your tail and saying we're not getting listed at all. So where we are now after the Exrates listing and also doing for LGS, we are doing some work in getting out the getting listed on a top exchange as well. We won't necessarily make that announcement until it's official and we pay a fee, but that's going to be a surprise for the LGS team. With that said, I'll move on to the next subject for our panel and events for this week. I was invited speaker at the University of Texas at Dallas, located in Dallas, Texas, in the College of Business. They're actually having a future opportunities in supply chain panel. I was invited to speak on what are the opportunities occurring in this space, particularly for individuals working in logistics and supply chain management. When you think about logistics, you're focusing on issues related to procurement of goods or procurement of raw materials, then the manufacturing of those materials, then the distribution to wholesale, and then distribution to retail, then actual consumer. So it's really the tracking and tracing of goods being manufactured and distributed from from the um, original equipment manufacturer all the way down to the consumer. So I'm going to be speaking on that panel today at 6, I think from 6 p.m. to around 8 p.m. And I think that's a good thing in terms of us being able to get some exposure around both projects when you look at how masternodes are used in the space and also in the usage of how our Logis coin will play in as well. So that's a panel, and if I have any pictures and updates, I'll let you know how that goes when I do the presentation today. Nice. I see you turned your bots off for LPC. Okay. Yeah, tell me where those bots are, the Dark 761. And when is the next coin? It looks like you're more trolling than anything else, because it seems like those aren't necessarily genuine questions to understand what we're doing. We're at the point. I'll move on. We're in a position now where we have the panel that we're on this week, in addition to the conference, the Future Blockchain Conference, that's taking place actually starting on the 11th through the 13th. So there's really two tracks, really three tracks when you think about it. There's the training that will take place starting on the 10th, 11th. There's some training that's occurring today. I think it's more of like the registration orientation, but then there's training that's taking place on the 11th. Then there are the technology meetings that are occurring on the 12th, and these are most of the businesses like the IBM. You're also looking at Microsoft. At the same time, you're having other entities as well talking about, such as LightPay Coin and Lotus Coin, talking about their projects. We at Exchange, the managing organizations for Lotus Coin and LightPay Coin, we are actually involved, and we're talking about the masternodes and the use cases that we have, particularly what we've done within Lumina Datamatics, where there's some logistics work around digital asset management and the creation of content within the educational space. Also within the integration of LPC, LightPay Coin wallets within their human capital management system as well, in addition to them actually owning parts of the network and actually using that and giving options for, say, compensation and benefits, giving bonuses to individuals, or being able to pay immediately using cryptocurrencies, not only within the United States for employees working in the US, but any of their contractors abroad. That's a clear case that we've had. We haven't talked about it much because there's been a lot of development work that's still in progress in terms of, say, for instance, building out the wallets, building out or building in functionality within their human capital management system, adding in the AI portion for assessments and predicting performance within their human capital management system, and then being able to reward individuals who are working within the organizations, contractors across the world, and being able to pay them immediately in a cryptocurrency. So that's one of the cases with Lumina. There's also the case that we have when you look at let's do this. I want to do a quick one that what we've been doing so far. Salvation Army. We've done some work Salvation Army, and when you look at some of the work that we've done in the space, we made some donations and partnered with Salvation Army Greece in creating master nodes for them. Let's do this. Salvation Army. I'm going to do this. I'm horrible in Googling, guys. Okay, and there's work that we've done. We've made contributions to the Salvation Army. So in them launching their master nodes. So with the work that's going on with Salvation Army with Greece, they are in the middle of handling the Syrian refugee crisis, being able to make, and they're looking for donations. And I think this is a unique business model in the sense that instead of these not-for-profit organizations reaching out to get one-time donations, the director, it's a major that I've been in contact with in the Greece Salvation Army. He has indicated his vision is to be able to use master nodes in a sense where people would make contributions in cryptocurrency, particularly in a master node. That master node would be launched within, say, a service like Snowd or another service like Eurex.io. And the master node produces, for protecting the blockchain or doing instant transactions or private transactions, that master node would receive cryptocurrencies in periodic payments, similar to how some of you retail investors already own master nodes and you're receiving those payments. So what they would do with those payments is buy supplies, buy food, and procure different things needed to aid in the refugee crisis. So the major with whom I've had interactions with, and we've been going back and forth and communicating and trying to get the word out in terms of the work that we're doing with them and having you all support as well, is his vision is to have master nodes, a one-time donation, making a variety of master nodes within the non-for-profit organization that would pay the organization in cryptocurrency, and they can convert to either Bitcoin or into fiat within that particular country. So that's another use case within the not-for-profit space. in addition to the one we mentioned earlier within the for-profit space as well. So that's the update where I have so far. I'm going to take a quick pause to see where we are. So I think now, in addition to learning how to use the live stream, I think I got it down now where we're no longer having issues around the audio. I'm going to designate moderators to get rid of some of the trolls that we have here. Won't necessarily acknowledge anything that they're saying, but yet they exist. So I'll do this at this point. If you guys have any more questions or comments, send me a note. You can make comments, or you can post in the comment section below. But definitely thank you for your time. It's the case. I think we have the video. I think we have the video streaming service aspects done. So it's at the point now where we won't necessarily have to worry about the video streaming once again. We worked through the echo. First we worked through the video. Now we worked through the audio issues, and now we're going to work on the issue of designating moderators to get rid of trolls. Okay. All right, so Mr. Dark 761, present your evidence. When you have strong evidence to defend your case, you can come on in person. You can make that point. But at this point, you're just trolling. Thanks for your time, guys.